Hello class, and today we're doing lesson 2.6, estimate with percents. So our first question, it's on page 137 if you want to follow along with your books, or you can just do it in your notebook. Josefina surveyed 298 students and found that 52% like scary movies. Estimate the number of students who like scary movies. So it says write the common percents. 0 to 100 at the top of the bar diagram. So I've given you some percents and fractions that you need to memorize. So we're going to go over those. How many boxes do we see on our bar graph? How many boxes do we see on our bar graph? Yeah, we see 4. So based on that, we see that 0% is 0/4. This is 1/4. This is 2/4. This is 3/4, and 100% is 1 whole, or 4/4. So now you guys need to tell me what those fractions are. So exactly 1/4 is going to be 25%. 2/4 is 50%. 3/4 is 75%. Make sure you guys know this. So it writes that what common percent is 52% close to? So if we're going to round, if we're going to estimate, give me a good one. And we want ones with zeros, because I don't want you to say, oh, it's close to 55. It is, but let's say 50, because it is the closest to 50. If we followed the rules, it's 2 and below. It's technically 4 and below, so it just stays. Shade the bar diagram below to show your answer. Awesome. I'm going to shade up to the 50%, because that's about 52, approximately. Round 298 to the nearest 100. Basically, when we're rounding, I just want as many zeros as we want. What is 298 to the nearest 100? Yes, it is 300. So that's the total amount. So that's our whole. So we put that underneath the 100% because that's our whole. So we use the bar diagram to estimate. Estimate just means we're taking an educated guess. So if we took an educated guess, 52% of 298 is about 150. That little squiggle or 2 little squiggles mean that it's approximately. Excellent. Use the bar diagram to estimate 73% of 400. Using our common percents, we want to use our favorites, the ones I'm about to show you again. So 73%, what's a good number it rounds to? See, it could round to 70%. It could totally work. Except a better one would be 75%. And we'll get used to that one soon. Especially because here, same thing. We've got 4 boxes. Just like we saw here. 4 boxes. One of them is 3/4, and that's 75%. So we had 25, 50, 75, and 100. And 400. Do I even need to round that? No, exactly. 400. So if it's asking me to estimate 73%, which is about 75, our answer is going to be approximately 300. These are the ones that you must memorize, okay? These are the ones that you must memorize. 1/2 is equal to 0.5 or 5/10, which is 50%. 1/3 is equal to 0.3 forever. That little line on top means it keeps going. It just keeps going forever. So I could keep writing 3, 3, 3, or 33%. 2/3 is 6 going on forever. It's 0.6 or 6/10 going on forever. 66%. We got our fourths that I told you. It's 0.25, 25 hundredths, or 25%, because if it's over 100, that's it as a percent. Here, this would be 5/10, or 50 hundredths, so 50%. Here's our hundredths, 75%. I'm going to make it over 100. 20%, 40, 60, 80. Remember how we go from decimal to bunny hop to make it a percent? Always, no matter what. From decimal, we go 1, 2, bunny hop to make it a percent. If there's an empty spot, it's a 0. So you guys must memorize these fractions, decimals, and how to get to the percent. Why do we estimate? So why do we estimate? Okay, perfect. So someone says to get close to the answer easier. So perfect. Someone says to get close to the answer easier. Here, it says, oh yeah, okay. Simplify to make it quicker. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. Like I said, with the easier, the quicker. Exactly. Notice these key words that we're using. Exactly. Another one that we see is that we said it was to make the numbers easier to compute or to do in our mind. Exactly. The best way to do it too, and this is the main reason we do it, is to check our work. And I'm going to show you how. Estimate 47% of 692. I want things to be with as many zeros typically as possible. Zeros or fives. Those make my life easier. So 47% is about 50%. Yes. And 692 is about, yes, 700. So I can find 50% of 700. I know as a fraction, 50% is 1/2. If I didn't know that, it's the same as 50 over 100, and then I can just keep simplifying. I divide by 10, I can cross out the zeros. There's a ton of ways I can simplify. But I get my fraction down to 1/2. Let's use the bar diagram method. Here's my bar diagram. And over here is 0, and over here is 700. I have to split it into 2 parts. And I'm going to take one of them because there are 2 wholes, but I only care about 1 part. What's half of 700, you guys? Yes, by doing our long division, we would get 350. So 47% of 692 is approximately 350. If we did the real answer, if I found exactly 47% of 692, I'd find out that my answer is 325 and 24 hundredths. Hey, those are pretty close. Like, they're not even 25 apart, and that's a pretty good thing, especially because we had to round this up. We had to round this up. So, of course, our end answer is going to be up. Great job. Let's see here. 60%. If I wrote 60 as a fraction, first it's 60 over 100. 60%. If I wrote 60% as a fraction, 60 over 100. They end in zeros. Let's get rid of those zeros. They're both even. I can get 3/5. 27. Give me a good number there. Yes, 30. So there we go. We got a great number there. We use our bar diagram. I want to split this into 5 parts. So I'm going to split them into 5 nice parts. Let's see if I can do it nicely. Yeah, it's pretty good. Over here I got 0, and over here I got 30. I split it into 5 parts because that's my whole. But I only want to keep 3 of them, my part. So I'm going to color up to 3. This happens to be our 60%. What is 30 split into 5 parts equal to? Yes, it's 6. So in each of our boxes is worth 6. 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 is 30. So if I want 3 of those groups of 6, how many do I get in the end? Yes, I get 18. So our answer is approximately 18. If I were to take my full answer, if I was to get it exactly, the exact answer would have been 16.2. Hey, aren't those really close? Show me in your hands. Thumbs up. Are they close? Yeah, they're really close. They're not even 2 apart. If we were getting something like 116.2, maybe we might want to consider our real answer because we know our estimation was spot on. 48% of 76. 48%, that's almost 50%. 76, what is that almost? Yes, 80. From earlier, we remember 50% means half. So here is 0, Here's 80. This is 50%. It's half. So if I split 80 into 2 groups, what do I get? 80 divided by 2 is, yes, 40. There's 40 in each group. So approximately 48% of 76 is 40. Remember, we rounded up both times, so our answer is probably going to be higher than our real answer. Our real answer, if we did the exact percent, our real answer would have been 36 and 48/100. Again, that's so close, you guys. We're seeing how our estimation proves that our real answer would be correct, and it makes it easier to do in our head. 18% of 42. 18, let's say that's 20%. 42, let's say that's 40. Look how easy, you guys. We just kind of pick, hey, here's a close number. It ends in a 5 or a 0. We like to think about that. 20%. First, we got 0 to 40. Remember to memorize 20%. Who can remind me what that fraction is for 20%? So if it's 20 over 100, that can simplify to 2 over 10, which they're both even, so it's, yes, 1/5. So I'm going to split this into 5 parts. What's 40 divided by 5? Because that's the whole. 40 divided by 5. Yes, 8. So each of these is worth 8. It's still just one full, let's call it like a candy bar, that you just break off into pieces. It's just that they are each worth 8 points. They're still our whole. And I only want one of them. So I only am going to take 1/8. It's going to be approximately 8. Again, let's see if I found the real answer. My real answer would be, and I rounded up here and down here, so it's going to be even closer. I'm going to get 7 and 56/100. Look at you guys. That is not even 0.5. That is not even 5/10 off. Crazy. That's why we estimate. 73%. Now, a lot of you want to do 70%, except once you get used to it, we know what percent has a fraction that's 4s. Yes. So our 75% would be perfect. Because as we know, there's 4 quarters in a dollar, right? 75 cents is 3 of them. 40, we rounded to, or 41, we rounded to 40. Hey, that makes our lives even easier. We know that 75% is 3 of those fourths. So I'm going to fill up 3 of my fourths. And again, if you're having trouble with this one, make sure that you go and review the fractions and decimals and percents that I told you must memorize. 40 divided into 4 groups gives me groups of 10. So my total answer, I get approximately 30 to be my answer. My real answer, if I found the exact percentage, is 29 and 93/100. Do we think that's close? Yes. So it is showing us that our estimation and our answer, we're seeing, hey, these are realistic. I can believe in my answer choice. I can believe in this. Polar bears eat as much as 10% of their body weight in less than 1 hour. If an adult male polar bear weighs 715 pounds, how much food can he eat in 1 hour? So they eat 10% in 1 hour, and we care about 1 hour. So our time doesn't change. But we need to find what? Because I highlighted all of our numbers. Exactly. So if we see, in less than 1 hour, we see that's an about, eat in 1 hour. Yeah, we see that's an about. We don't care necessarily about the hours. We care about 10% of their body weight, and their body weight is 715. Do we have to round 10% at all? No, that's already a pretty good percent. So I'm going to keep it as 10%. 715. What's a better one? Yeah, you can say 720, but I want as many zeros as possible. Yeah, so let's say 700. 10% is a fraction. What is that? 10 over 100? We get 10 over 100. Yes. I can cancel out my zeros. I get 1/10. Awesome. I'm going to divide 70 or 700. I actually just said the answer. Into 10 groups. If I divide it, 70 divided by 10. I can again cross off our zeros and I get 70 or 700. You see, I keep saying it. 700 divided by 10 gives me 70. 70, 70, 70, 70. And I only need one of those. So it eats about 70 pounds of food in 1 hour. Again, if I was to find that exact amount, it would give me 71 5/10. Incredibly realistically close. 30% of 238. 30%. I don't need to do anything. I'm going to keep it as a 30%. 238. I've got two people. Yeah, someone said to round it to 200 and someone else said to round it to 250. Both of these ways work. In fact, because they end in a 0, it's really helpful. 30%. That's equal to 30 over 100. And they both end in a 0. I can cross them out. 3/10. So again, I gotta make some tenths in here. My terrible tenths. Let's do it with the 250 first. I'll actually do it with so we'll do it with the 250 and 0, because it's closer to 250, but that's okay. 30%. I have to divide it by 10, and then I want 3. So just to be preemptive, I already divided it by 10, and I want 3. 250 divided by 10. Yes, we notice they both end in a 0, so I can cross off the zeros. 25 over 1. Anything over 1 is itself. 25, 25, 25. I only care about those. 25s. So I get my answer to be approximately 75. If I did my real answer, if I found the exact amount, I would find out that my exact amount would be 71.4. So exactly. If we did it with the 200s, we would have found 200 divided by 10 gives me 20. So it would be 20, 20, 20, and I would get my answer to be approximately 60. Still, within the realms, that's my estimation answer, although the 250 was closer and better. 17% of 198. This one's a really good one too, because we see 17 becomes, let's say, perfect, 20. I like it. Ends in a 0. 198. Yeah, I like it. 200. 20%. That's 20 over 100. End in zeros. Cross off at our zeros. That's 2 over 10. 1/5. Make sure you guys have these memorized. It'll make your lives way easier. So I'm splitting it into 5 parts because we're dividing by 5. It's on our denominator. We're dividing, and I only care about one of those pieces. So what is 200 divided by 5? 200 divided by 5. Let's think about it easier. What's just 20 divided by 5, and then we'll add a 0 at it? Yeah, it's 4. So if we get 20 divided by 5 is 4, we'll add that extra 0, we get 40. So each one of these is worth 40. If we added them all up, 40 plus 40 is 80. Plus 40 is 120. Plus 40 is 160. Plus 40 is 200. There we go. But I only care about one, so we get our answer to be approximately 40. Our remember, our specific answer, if I found 17% of 198, remember we rounded down for both of them, so our answer will be lower. Our real answer is 33.66 or 33 66/100. Again, really close numbers, relatively close numbers. An airline records the snack orders of passengers. Last year, 9% of all passengers ordered ginger ale to drink. There were 408 passengers on the flight to Houston, Texas. Telling us we're estimating how many passengers does the airline expect to order ginger ale. Let's round it. 9% is almost what? Yeah, let's give it 10%. And then 408 is almost, yeah, you could say 410. We could definitely say 410. You could either do 400 or 410. Either way works. In fact, 410 is going to be the closer accurate one, but 400 might be easier to do mentally. Either way works, whichever way is best for you. So I now have 400. I already know 10% is 10 over 100. That's 1/10. I'm going to divide 40 into 10 groups and keep one of them. or 400 divided by it. Look at this. I keep saying our answers. So I divide it by 10. I cross off my zeros, and I get 40 over 1. That would be each of it. Each of our 10 sections would be equal to 40 if I add them all together. But I only care about 1. So about how many people do they think? About 40 people. And if I found my real exact answer, if I found everything, if I found it, I would find out that my answer is 36.72. See, someone just made the mistake. They forgot to make 9% as a percent over 100 right now when they were doing it. And they got their answer to be 367.2. And this is why we round. 367.2. Is that close to 40? No. So we would go, okay, we did some math wrong. But when we get our answer to be 36.72, 36 and 72 hundredths, we go, hey, we got it right. We know what we're doing. 27% of 307. Let's make it easy. Hey, I like my 5s. So 27, 2 different ways we could go. We could either go the 25%, that works. We could go the 30%, that works. 307, let's go 300. Pick and choose, you guys, so you can get different answers. I'll do both of them. So 30%, we're going to be splitting it into 10 parts because we're going to get 3 over 10 as our fraction, just like we did in the earlier lessons. And I care about 3 of them. 25%, that's in fourths. So I'm going to split it into 4 sections like this, more or less. And I only care about 1 of them because 25 is 1/4. Hey, look, it's about the same. It's a little less, but it's about the same. Here, in 1/4, 300 divided into 4 pieces. 300 divided by 4 gives me 75. 300 divided by 10 gave me 30, 30, 30. So I find out that my answer is approximately 75 or approximately 90, right? Approximately 90. Both of those are relatively close. And again, if I wanted to find my exact answer would give me 82 and 89 hundredths. That's really close to both of these, you guys, so both of them work. 76% of 192. Let's go do this the easy way again. We're going to find 75%, because we know that, of 200. 75%, what is that as a fraction? Our memorized ones. Yes, 3/4. If you don't memorize, we've got to practice. Divide 200 into 4 groups. We get 50. And I care about 3 of them. If I care about 3 of them, those 3, we add them and I get approximately 150. And if I was to find my exact answer again, I'd see that my exact answer would give me, I'll put it up here, 145 and 92 hundredths. 145 and 92 hundredths. So I see I'm really accurate. 24% of 996. Let's make it even easier. Let's make this even easier. So we're rounding. 24%? Yeah, 24% is almost 25%. 996? What is 996 almost? Yes, it is almost 1,000. 25%. What was that again as a fraction? We need it 1/4. So I'm going to split 1,000 into 4 groups, and I only care about 1 of them. I'm going to split 1,000 into the 4 groups, but I only care about 1 of them. What's 1,000 divided by 4, you guys? Yes, we get 250. Practice your long division if you're having trouble, and I only care about 1, which means my answer is approximately 250. Again, if I was to find my exact answer, I would find my exact answer is 239 and 4 hundredths. Very close. Do the guided practice, you guys, on page 140. So here's our guided practice. 19% of 53. Let's make it 20% of 50. 20 we know is 1/5 as a fraction. Divide 50 by 5, take one of them. 10! 21% of 96. I'm going to make that 20. I'm going to make this 100. 20 again is 1/5. 100 divided by 5, hey, is 20. And then one of them is still 20. 59% of 16. Yeah, you know what? I'll make this 60. And I'll make this 20. 60% is 3/5. What's 20 divided by 5? Yes, 20 divided by 5 is 4. We want 3 of those. So what do we get? 4. Yep, 8. 12. Yes. So we're getting kind of close. Remember, this one's a little difficult because we're kind of closer to this one, but we did a big rounding. A purse cost $30 and is on sale for 50% off. What is the price? Yeah, $29.99. I didn't even say it. I just said 30 because who cares? Half of 30 is 15. Mr. Markuki receives a bonus of $496 from his employer. He has to pay 33% of his bonus to taxes. How much will Mr. Markuki pay in taxes? 496. We'll say that's 500. 33? Yeah, let's say that's 30%. 30% is a fraction. 3/10. I'm going to divide 500 into 10 groups, and then I want to keep 3 of them. 500 divided by 10 is, yes, 50. But I want 3 of them. 50, 50, 50. I get 150. Oof, he has to pay $150 in taxes. That's very realistic. So your homework is page 141, numbers 1 through 9A, not 9B. You can try it if you want, but it's not required. Excellent, you guys.